People always want to know, did I get a good deal on a car? Well, let me show you how you can tell. If you don't know, my name's Tommy. I've been in the car business most of my adult life, done sales and finance, and now I negotiate car deals. Enough about me, let's talk about getting a good deal. There is a short answer and then there is a long answer. For people with short attention spans, I want to go with the short answer first so you guys can scroll away and say my video isn't too long. The short answer is 7 to 10%. Somewhere around there, if you get that off MSRP before rebates, guess what? You got yourself a pretty darn good deal. Again, every brand is going to be a little bit different, but the general rule of thumb is 7 to 10% off MSRP is a good deal. Now, 90% of people watch my videos, they like the long answer because when knowing the long answer, you can negotiate better. So let's talk about the long answer. First off, every brand is different. If I'm negotiating on a domestic brand like a Jeep or a Ram, realistically, that 7 to 10% is way higher. Now, not way higher, below 20%, somewhere between 10 to 20%, depending on the car. Now, that also could depend on like a Japanese brand. Some Japanese brands like Mazda, I'm right at that 7 to 10% range. For a Honda CR-V, I might be closer to 4 to 5%. It truly depends on the vehicle itself. The best surefire way to know you got yourself a great deal on a car is negotiate with 10 different dealerships. I know I preach this to the moon, but when you negotiate with multiple dealerships and keep shooting your quote over and over, and nobody's willing to touch that quote, guess what? It means that you have a good deal because only one dealership out of 10 was willing to even sell you the car at that price. And again, some people might not be willing to beat it, but most people will match it. If they won't even match it, guess what? You got yourself a great deal. And this is where people go wrong. They stop in the car and they're like, I negotiated the car deal, hands are clean. Well, guess what? Dealerships make very little of their actual profit on the car itself. It all comes to everything less. So let's talk about the trade. The trade, the best way to determine that is Carvana, CarMax, and Vroom. You want to go on all three of those, find an average offer. Once you have that, you want to get the dealership to get as close to those as possible. If you can get those offers with tax credit, guess what? You got yourself a great deal in your trade. Now, if you're paying for any add-ons, guess what? You have failed. You've lost. That means you did not get a great deal. That means you got a bad deal. Do not pay for any add-ons. You should pay for government fees and government taxes and a dock fee. That is it. Any other add-ons, and guess what? You did not get yourself a good deal. I wouldn't even recommend almost any add-on like paint protection, rust preventer coat from a dealership. The quality just isn't as good as other places, and you can get it done from a professional that does it at a way better rate. Where a dealership makes the majority of their money is a lot of times in the finance office. That's where I spend a majority of my career. It's where I made my living. Now, when we talk about warranties and Gap, those are the two products that I would recommend. If you're going to buy something, those are worth it. Any other products, just throw out the window. Yes, you could argue a maintenance plan, but realistically, again, I want to talk about the two, maintenance and Gap. So we're talking about maintenance and Gap, Gap and warranty. Now with Gap, an average price should be anywhere between $400 to $600. You got that, you got yourself a great deal. You might say, Tommy, I can add it on my insurance for $10 a month. I don't care, it's not as good of Gap. I promise you can go through the fine print. I have videos on this, but the best Gap insurance is through your dealership. It's gonna be anywhere between $400 to $600. If you've done that, you got a good deal. Now on a warranty, this is really dependent on the car itself. A warranty can cost anywhere from $800 to $3,000. It really is determining. You know, I always say if a warranty is higher price, it means it's a higher risk car. So with Japanese cars, like for example, a Subaru certified pre-owned, you can buy a warranty for like $900. It's super cheap. But that being said, if you're buying a GMC truck, it might be $2,200, $2,300, $2,400. It really all depends on what you're looking for. My general rule of thumb is if a warranty is under $1,500, it's normally worth it. If it is above that price, you really have to determine how long you're gonna own the car and make a few, cost analysis there. But realistically, if you're spending under $2,000 for a warranty, I would say you got yourself a pretty darn good deal. Anything above that, you probably overpaid. And again, unless it's a truck is normally more expensive. If it's a brand new truck, you should still be in that price range, but if it's a used truck, maybe below $2,500 is a better rule of thumb. And I know I preach it through the moon, but realistically, the only way to determine if you got a good offer is just shop everything around. I shop everything. I shop my trade. I shop for the price of the car. I shop the finance products. I shop the rate. I shop everything around to make sure I got the best possible deal. By using competition and when nobody will touch that rate and those prices, I know I got the best deal because nobody else is willing to do it. That is the best surefire way to do this. Now, that being said, if you made it this long, you really care about getting a good deal, I want you guys to be self-reliant. I don't want you guys to have to need me for having to figure out if you have a good deal, but some people want to double check. So I do have a new service that I'm doing with a delivered deal check that if you guys want me to review your car deal at the end, try to find you a place to save money, I'm doing something like that. It's still in the works. I'm trying to figure out a few things. I have a beta program. So if you want to be interested in learning more about that, just DM me. Again, I don't normally talk about my business here, but it is such a big thing in my DMs. I probably get like 20 of these a day. So if you guys want something along those lines, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.